Sorry about that. You know, I don't want to be the one that always is riding on the greatest and latest trends, but there's a game I really need to talk about. This one is all about collecting creatures and trying to collect them all. No, I'm not talking about that game. I'm talking about Barnyard Roundup. Barnyard Roundup is all about collecting animals so that you can give them to the farmer to sell on market day. So, to set up the game, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to grab these tokens here. You're going to grab a robber and an excuse me token, one for each player in the game. I'm going to go ahead and set up a 3-player game, so I'm going to have 3 of each token. Those are going to be placed in the center of the board and shuffled around. Then each player is going to grab one and secretly look at it. Then I'll explain these in just a second. So I'm going to give that token here, this token there, and that token to my other player. And say I have a robber token. And the rest will just go right into the center of the board. Then you're going to shuffle up the deck, which I've already done so, and you're going to deal out cards to each player depending on the number of players that are playing. In a 3-player game, each player is going to get 6 cards. And that's also going to be your hand limit for the game. Then, once you've done all that, you take the top 8 cards from the top of the deck and you throw those back into the box. So that way you don't know exactly how many of each animal is available in the game. So let me look at some of the animals and I'll explain how some of these work. So, looking at the cards here, I have chickens and they have a value of 1 each. And cows have a value of 5 each. And then everything else is in between. So pigs are 4 and goats are only worth 2. And then there are sheep also, which I'll have in my hand, and those are worth 3 points at the end of the game. The way you play the game is you're going to take a number of animals that are all the same. So let's just say I'm going to use these 2 chickens. And I'm going to go to another player and say, Will, I have 2 chickens right here. Now, Will has to decide if he believes me, if these are 2 chickens, or if he believes that there might be something else. And let's just say he says, yes, I believe that those are 2 chickens. So what he will do is we will flip over the cards, and oh, yep, they were 2 chickens. Because he guessed correctly, those chickens go into his pen, and those will score him some points. If he did not believe me and said, no, I don't believe those are chickens, then we're going to flip them over, and oh, I was telling the truth, he was wrong, so I would get the chickens back on my side. Now at the end of my turn, I'm going to draw back up. I have 4 cards, so I need to draw 2 more. So I got a cow and a sheep, and turn passes on to the next player. So let's just say that Will is the next player. So let's look at the cards that he has. And let's see here. Well, we have, looks like he's swimming in sheep. So now he has a decision to make. He can tell somebody that he has 4 of something, 4 sheep or 4 of something else. But, you know, having 4 of something might not be super likely in this game, so they might not believe him. So does he lie? Does he tell the truth? It's very interesting. He doesn't have to do all of them. He can just do 3 of them. He can even just do 1 if he really wanted to. So let's just say he goes ahead and does these 3 sheep because he really, really wants these sheep to score him some points because, you know, that's 12 points right there. So he takes his other cards, puts them aside, and let's just say he goes over to the other player. Let's call him Fernando. And Fernando, I have 4 cows right here. So it's early in the game. He's not really too sure if Will's telling the truth or lying. So he's like, 4 is a lot. I do not believe that you have 4 sheep. He flips them over, and oh, yep, 4 sheep. So Will will actually get these back because he was telling the truth and Fernando did not get the guess correct. So all of those go into the pen for Will. Now it is finally Fernando's turn. And let's see what Fernando has. Well, Fernando has a couple sheep, a chicken, a goat, and some crows. Now the crows work a little bit differently in the game. Crows are negative points, so you do not want crows ever. So when you're trying to get rid of crows, you must always bluff crows. You can never tell somebody, I have 2 crows. You must always bluff them. And they work a little bit opposite of how the other animals work. So let me show you. So Fernando's going to put aside his other cards here. And he's going to go back to Will. Since Will has all of these points, he really, really wants him to take these crows. So he says, Will, I have 2 cows. And Will's like, 2 cows? That sounds fantastic. I believe that you have 2 cows. Flips them over and, oh no, Fernando was lying. Now, because Will guessed incorrectly, and these are crows, the crows land into his pen and start being a pest for him and his other animals. Now it'll go back to my turn. So I have my cards here, and also everybody should have drawn back up too. There are hand limits there. But let me go ahead and explain these little tokens here. So what I have right here is I have a thief token. The thief token, what he can do is he can attempt to steal some animals from another player. So I can be like, Fernando, before I take my turn, I'm going to use my thief token right here, and I'm going to say, give me all of your cows. So Fernando is going to look at his hand of cards, and he should have drawn back up. Oh, and he drew 2 more crows. So, if he had any cows, he must give me all of his cows. Well, because he does not have any cows, he doesn't have to give me any animals, but he is allowed to give me the crows, since he does not have any of the animals that he needed. So he hands me them, and of course those go right into that area. And then if you lose any cards from the robber, you're going to immediately draw back up. So I asked for cows. He did not have any, but he had crows. So now, right now, I am totally losing the game with negative 10 points, which is not very good. The other token that is available, let's find it here, is the excuse me token. So let's just say it is my turn here, and I have these pigs right here, and I'm going to say Fernando, because I don't want to give him any more points. Fernando, I, right here, have 2 pigs for you. And then let's just say Will had this excuse me token. Will could be like, oh, do you know what? Flip over his token and say, excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and guess that instead. And you can play that before or after the person guessing has actually said yes or no that they believe that those are the cards, but they must do it before the cards flip over. So Will decides to use his excuse me token, and he says, no, I'm going to go ahead and take that, and yes, I believe those are pigs. We flip them over, and yes, they are, and they're going to go right into his scoring area. Now, once you use a token, those tokens get flipped over, and they get mixed back in with all the ones that are in the center. Also, once everybody has drawn their tokens from the beginning of the game, you add in a scarecrow token. Whenever the scarecrow token is flipped over, you will scare away up to 3 crows that are in your playing area. So it's really handy to have that scarecrow. And once it comes back out, you will put it back in there and you will shuffle those all up. The way you draw more tokens is if you ever have 3 crows in your area, you'll get to draw one of the tokens there. So if you have 6, you'll get to draw another one, because that's what happened to me in my last game, because I could not draw that scarecrow, which I still can't find it. Where is it? Ah, there we go. So if I was able to draw it, I'd be able to get rid of 3 of my crows. So you will play until the deck has been depleted. Once the deck is depleted, you're going to go ahead and you're going to add up your score. There are also some bonus cards in the game. So whoever has the most of certain animals will get a 5-point bonus, so the most chickens, the most sheep, etc. And then there's also these set bonuses. For each complete set of cards you have, 1 through 5, you will earn a 10-point bonus. So you can earn like 3 bonuses like I did in the game that I was able to play with Will previously. So I had 3 of these set bonuses, and I believe he only had 2 of them. And that's what actually helped me win the game totally.
This program is part of the Pathological Nerdcasters Network. Find more at pncn.rocks, where all the geeks come to play.
So that is Barnyard Roundup. This is a really cute game. It is really easy to play. The box says ages 7 and up, and I definitely agree with that. This is something that you can play with younger players and teach them that bluffing mechanic. And I really suggest, especially if you have younger kids, but this is even great for adults. I would really recommend you check out this game. This has been on Kickstarter for about a week as of this video going up, so definitely check them out. Go ahead and back this game. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and help support Cloak and Meeple. Got my subscribe button down there. My support links are right over there. Also, don't forget that I am part of the Pathological Nerdcasters Network. You can go to pncn.rocks for more information about everybody that's within that network. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.